In this video, we'll be demonstrating Rival One's basket trader capabilities. Users have the ability to upload orders to be executed as a basket, but any types of orders can be uploaded. They need not be limited to individual stock symbols. You can upload orders for stocks, for futures, for options, and for multi-leg spreads, as we'll show in a moment. Before we upload anything, let's take a look at the file format to be used for uploads. Any CSV file can be used to upload orders. And in fact, within the Rival One workspace, in our order book menu, you have the ability to download a sample file so that you can follow the proper format. That will be placed in your download folder. That file is available also on our documentation site, docs.rivalsystems.com. Where you may be viewing this video. If we look at our CSV file, we can see the required fields that have to be populated for each order. Each order will be entered on a separate line. We can see here a couple different types of orders that we're going to be uploading in this action. In the first couple lines here, 2 and 3, we've got a couple of outright equity orders. Limit orders with a price with a time and force of day only. At the bottom here, I've got a couple of future symbols. One as a limit order, one as a market order, in which case you do not need to specify the price. There is no price on a market order. Finally, in lines 4 through 9, I've got a couple of multi-leg spreads. There are 2 spreads here. They're actually the same spread. This is a covered Amazon call spread. And you can see in lines 4 through 6, we're going to trade a 1 lot of this spread against 18 shares of Amazon stock to get us delta neutral. In lines 7 through 9, we actually have the same spread 100 times. The difference between the way these two are constructed, in spread number 1, I've used a price of $2.70 for the spread as a whole, so I do not need to specify individual leg prices. We will interpret the spread price based on the structure of the spread to be $2.70 here. But you can specify individual leg prices if you choose. In this case, we're looking at a price of $2.71 on the 100 lot. In both cases, we're going to trade that against an Amazon underlying price of $2.18.29. The way that spreads are handled is we use this spread ID in column A. Now in this case, I've used spread ID of 1 for my first spread ID of 2 for my second spread. You need not be sequential. In fact, those spread IDs need not be numeric at all. As long as the spread ID matches, all legs with a matching spread ID will be combined into one order to be uploaded as a multi-leg spread. So when we do upload these orders, we're going to see a couple of individual orders and then these 2 spread orders in our order book. So let's take a look at how to do that. From the order book in the menu, I'm simply going to select Upload Orders from File. And I'm going to select that file that we were just looking at here. Any CSV file can be used as long as it follows the proper format. You'll see as well in that menu we do have a sample file that can be downloaded from the workspace. That sample file can also be downloaded from our documentation site. So we see the orders that were specified in my CSV file have a status of stage. They have not yet been sent, not yet been executed. I can select individual orders to be sent at one time, or using this split button here, I can select all or unselect all. Once you have selected the orders that you want to be sent, and let's go ahead and select them all. Clicking the Send Orders button will send all of them simultaneously. So once I do, we see that these are all listed in my Stage tab, which was generated automatically when I uploaded. Once I send my orders, we'll see that there are none remaining in a staged state. But if I go back to my main order book tab that has all of my orders, we can see that, for example, the ES June futures were executed right away. Of course, the market order was executed, as well as my buy down at 66.70. NVIDIA order is still working, but we see those couple of Amazon covered call spreads that we created in the CSV file are now listed here. So we got a couple covered call verticals with an 18 delta, a 1 lot, and a 100 lot. Let's take a look briefly at what happens in the case that the data in the CSV file is incomplete or erroneous. So I'm going to make a couple of changes that I know will cause this upload to fail, so we can see what that looks like on the front end. Let's start here on line 10. I'm going to change this to, instead of an M, maybe I had a typo and made that an L. ESL6 is not a recognized symbol, so we're going to see what happens when we try to upload that order. And for another example, in line 13 here, instead of uploading these to to be executed in account 1, let's do account 99, which doesn't exist. But let's see what happens once I try to upload those orders. So now that I have made those changes that we know are erroneous, and I try to upload again, we'll use that same file. Right away we get an error message showing us that not all of those orders could be uploaded. This will specify the offending line in your CSV file. So in this case, in row 13, account support 99 was not found in my user accounts. I don't have access to an account with that name. Excuse me, so that could not be uploaded. So if we go back in here, let's change that back. Let's make sure we have our symbology correct. And now that I've made the changes that were directed in that error message and saved my file, I can attempt to upload again. And now everything worked as expected. You do have the ability in this stage tab, which is generated at the time of upload, to make changes to your order. You can amend price and quantity before sending the order if you choose. So for example, this 300 lot NVIDIA, if I want to make that, let's make that a 500 lot. You'll see that change is staged until I click save, but now my staged order will be set to send a 500 lot NVIDIA. You can do the same on price as well. Maybe I want to make that, trade that with 09. So all of those changes can be made before the orders are sent. Once they are sent and we take a look at our order book, we can see that those changes did go through, and we see the same orders now that I've uploaded and sent them twice. We've actually duplicated here, so I've got both of those orders going. Once the orders are in an open state or a working state, they can be managed just like any other order from the order book. So I can, if I want to cancel maybe this 100 lot of covered call, I can cancel from the order book. Cancel all will, of course, still work for any orders that have been uploaded. So cancel all will cancel everything here. For more information and more detail on basket trading functionality, please see our documentation at docs.rivalsystems.com.